So traders, what I want to look at in today's video is just give you an update on the technical analysis side of things on some important levels that are happening on, say, the indexes, say Dow, NASDAQ, S&P 500. We're looking at gold, silver. We're looking at those other markets as well too. Plus also I want to share with you one market that I believe is about to enter what I call a super cycle boom. And a super cycle, which simply means like, you know, over the next few years, we're going to be experiencing what I call a super cycle boom. So this is just my thoughts and opinions, so let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, so let's get straight into this video now. So let's actually start off with the S&P 500. And then we'll go through the indices, and I'll get to that one market that I believe is going to go through an incredible super cycle boom, and I'll share the reasons why with you in this video. So the very first thing I'm watching for right now is the S&P 500, right? So if I open up my charts a bit more here, this is the S&P 500 on a daily chart, and notice what we're having through here, right? So there's a few things that's happening right now. So the first thing is that we also have a bit of a trend line coming up through here as well. So possibly something through there as well, I would say. But I won't use that one there. So on the S&P 500, you can see what's actually happened, right? We actually broke above this sort of resistance line all through here. So around that 4,080 level, resistance, we broke back up. It came down, and actually see how it actually bounced off here. So we actually found a bit of support through there. And now we're actually coming back down, and now we're getting a rally. So this is actually if this fails right here, right now, and we fail at this resistance line and we start to roll over, that's telling us, okay, guys, and it's not a matter of it's not a matter of hoping or wishing. One of the things I was about to say a minute ago, one of the things that's important to understand about trading is that we never know what's going to happen, but as the market unfolds, we need to unfold with it, right? You cannot. A lot of people are like, well, the market's definitely going to go up. It's definitely going to go up. Here we go. Definitely going to go up. Or the market's definitely going to go down. They're definitely going to go down. It's like we need to wait for the market to tell us. So what does that simply mean? That simply means that in a downward trend, what do we have? We have a lower high and then breaking the low. If that happens, what is that? This is what? This is a downtrend. So that means the sellers are in control. Therefore, we actually should continue to see at least downward movement. So if the market rallies up and hits its head here and starts to do something like this and break that, guess what? Who's in control now? We have a high up here, okay? And we also have a higher low through here as well too. So you can see what I'm doing there, right? So a higher low. There you go. A lower high, and then that'll create a lower high. And then if we do get the rollover, in that moment, if we do get the rollover over the next few days into this week, if we do get that, then anyone being long this market on a trading wise, right? Investing long term, that's different. But trading the markets, if you are long and the market's rolling over, the market is telling you the sellers are starting to come in and having more of a downtrend than an uptrend. And if we do get the rollover and we start to break that sort of 3,920 level, if we do get that and you are long, then you are ignoring what the market is telling you and your ego is getting involved. And because if that happens, there's a real good high probability we're going to see a really big leg to the downside. So I would not want to be fighting that. For me, if that does happen, that actually could be creating a real good shorting opportunity, because if that happens, the rolling over effect I just mentioned a minute ago, if that happens, then we could actually possibly see pretty much a really big drop coming in the markets there, which is going to be amazing. So that's the S&P 500. Let's go look at the NASDAQ as well. Now look what the NASDAQ's done. The NASDAQ's done actually something different through here. So the NASDAQ, we actually had a lot of support level here. So it came down. Okay, so we had a big move. We had a breakout to the upside above this sort of resistance line here. And then we actually came down, found support, and now we've had a bounce up. Now, the question is, once again, what is this bounce? Is this bounce a continuation to the upside, or is it not? Once again, if we wait to see what happens, if it fails at this level through here, okay, if we start to fail at this level through here, and we start to roll over something like this, then the market is telling you, especially if it does do that, then the market's telling you that we're getting ready to roll over. And it looks like the resistance level that it's actually creating right now is probably somewhere through there. So that'll be the line. If we actually roll over and get a close below, again, that's that probably, what, that 12,000 level? we're probably going to get if we get that close below the 12,000 level, then that's probably going to give us an opportunity for us to see a very nice movement on the downside out of the NASDAQ. So once we get below this level here, it's probably going to have a very high quality chance of getting down towards this level here. Now, depending on what system you trade, there actually could be a really good shorting opportunity to take advantage of that. So just remember, guys, I'm not a bull or bear. I'm a trader. Now, I have bullish long-term investments on, but I'm a trader. Right? I don't really care where it goes. I'm not biased, and I don't want you to be biased. I just want you to look for good opportunities in the markets there. And the Dow Jones, look what the Dow Jones has been doing. So the Dow Jones actually broke out. It broke out of the triangle. Now it's probably likely trying to retest on the upside. And the same thing, right? The same scenario here. If we do rally up and then we start to roll over like this, the market is doing what? That's a high. And the market is actually, look at this here, high, lower high, slight lower high. If that creates another lower high and we start to roll over and we break that level, guys, if you are long the market is going to rip you apart. I promise you this, because the market is talking to us. I've been trading the markets now for 19 years, and that link in the description there, I'm giving away a trading course, like I think it's 3 or 4 hours long, teaching you some of the most important things that I've learned over my last 19 years. But one of the most important things that I've actually learned is to not throw my ego at the market. If I actually want to trade well, my job is to sit back and say, okay, what is the market actually telling me, right? So I'm not saying that this scenario is definitely going to happen, but if it does happen, then we could then respond to that and possibly look for a really good shorting opportunity, because then we could possibly start to see some really big movement on the downside coming. This could just be a little fake rally, right? A little false rally, and the way we go up. Because what's happening right now, especially on the Dow Jones, is what's happening right now. Because remember, if you look at say the markets, right, there is buyers in control. There's an upward trend, higher lows, higher highs, downward trend, and then there's no one in control, right? So there's like something like this here. See how there's no uptrend, there's no downtrend, there's no one in control. So what the Dow Jones was doing this here: higher lows, lower highs, higher lows, lower highs, right? So the market was doing that, and it was squeezing up into this triangle pattern. And then what happened is there was no one in control. Then look what happened. It dropped it down to make a lower low. The market's talking to us, guys, okay? The market, and we must listen and respect the market. The market's breaking down. We are now more in a downward trend than an upward trend. So there's a massive probability that this rally is going to fail, and they're probably likely to start to see a rollover and then a big drop. And those who are cautious and waiting patiently for something like this, they're seeing this happening, and then we could start to see a bit of a free fall in the market. Something's probably going to come out in the markets, the news or whatever, that's going to freak the markets out. And if we do get this scenario, those who are patient and waiting to see what the market gives them over the next couple of days, maybe to a week, could be one of the greatest shorting opportunities of this possibly in the last 12 months or more. So that's what I wanted to share with you there as well too. One thing that, so that's obviously that through there. Let's go have a look at gold. So gold is one of those markets here on a short-term level basis, guys. So short-term TA, gold is probably likely to do the exact same thing as the stock market, okay? And so what I mean by that is that we look at this here, right? Look what actually happens through here. So because gold had a strong move down and now we're getting a bit of a rally here, we're probably likely to fail here with gold. And we're probably likely to see, again, it depends on what the stock market does as well too, right? So if the market, again, but if gold does something like this, guess what? The exact same thing. Gold is now in a downward trend, and then we're probably likely to see something like that happen with gold, right? So again, on a short-term TA level basis on gold, that is probably what I'm looking for to see what's going on there with that. With gold through that. Now, gold is also the market that I believe we're going to go through a super cycle boom soon. I really do believe that. Now, when I say super cycle boom, right, we know a really big super cycle boom takes years to unfold, right? So I believe, especially in the mining sector, I believe the mining sector, gold, silver, these sort of markets can see extraordinary quality moves over the next coming 7 years. Right, and when I say that over the next 7 years, right, remember, like if something's going to make a 400-500% move in that market, that is going to take years to unfold generally, right? Not in one day. People, and this is where people's like, oh, I'm going to wait 8 years for this boom, for this market to boom. I see people in my comment section make that comment about what I just said there about gold. It's like, no, right? Because we don't know. We could be actually we could be starting that next big boom right now in the markets. We just don't know when that's going to happen. Now, if I look at this here, right, whenever the market, look at this here, guys, right? Whenever the market goes sideways for a long extended period of time and we start to get the breakout, look what happens, right? We go through what? We go through a very big move to the upside. Sideways, long time, breakout, big move to the upside. Okay, so look at this here right now. So if I squeeze my charts up a bit more and I show you this here from a long-term perspective, right? Absolute long-term perspective. Let's squeeze our charts up. What is going on right now, right? Look at this here. Every time we've gone sideways and then we broke out, we went for a big move. Sideways, broke out, we went for a big move. Sideways, what happens when we start to get the breakout? Breakout, big move. Breakout, big move. Breakout, what's coming? Big move. So if we use that exact same analysis and then we go to look at the GDXJ, the GDXJ as an example, look what's happening here on the GDXJ. So we can see, it's not loading up my data properly. Why not? Why not? Why are you not doing that for? GDX, let's go to the GDX. Oh, I think it's on GDXJ. Let's go to all, and let's go to this one here. Oh, there you go. There we go. That's better. So if we go to the weekly charts and we squeeze our weekly charts up, right? Look what's actually happening with the mining sector. And this is the reason why gold, and in particular the mining sector, I believe it's going to go through a super cycle boom. Obviously cycle analysis, right? Because we're going to go through another mining boom. But when it comes down to the mining sector, look what's happening, right? The exact same thing. Whenever the market goes quiet like this, when we start to, and we may be starting now, we don't know, right? But when we eventually start to break to the upside through here, guess what's coming? Probably a race to new highs. Now, a race to new highs, that may take 12 months to happen. That may take 3 or 4 years to unfold. But mark my words, guys. The crypto market is done and dusted. Forget the crypto market. People still about that. I'm looking to jump on the next crypto boom. No, there's a big boom that's coming right around our, and it's so clearly obvious. Look at the mining sector's done, and history says when you look at the market and when the market does something like this and it breaks out, we go for a big move. I just shared with you with gold, right? When we eventually start to break out, we go for big moves. On the other side of that, we haven't had a big move in mining sector in over 10 years. And on the flips, on another good positive note is that we are gonna go through another mining boom. It's not like we're never gonna go through another mining boom, right? So start to overlay these factors of we haven't had a mining boom in 10 years. We're due for one. Technical analysis says when the market goes sideways for a long extended period of time, when this thing starts to break out, we could see really big moves coming out of the mining sector. And then also alongside with that is that, which is more touching on the first point as well too, is that we're looking at the market here and we know we're going to go through another mining boom. It might not be now, it might be 6 months, it might be 6 years, it might be, who knows? It might take the next 10 years for us to go through another mining boom. Right? But look where, say for example, if you bought the GDXJ, where are you buying it? At all-time lows. 30, right near, see that? This is the lows through here. Look at this here. This is the low right here. So this is you're buying it near the lows. So for me, as a long-term investment, who cares if the market drops through there and then something that does something like that? Right? So to me, the mining sector, gold is probably going to see some extraordinary quality moves just due to the fact of the debt and what's going to happen later this decade. But I truly believe things like the GDXJ and the mining sector is going to start what I believe a super cycle boom. And we maybe even start to form that bottom overall right now.